MI, when did you start your music career?
Wow, I'm one of those people that started as a child. I always wanted to be an artist, but professionally, I got back from Yankee in 2003, and I was working. I was actually in the internet cafe working. I was one of those internet cafe guys, but it was just something fun to do, you know. And then 2005 January, I was like, man, let's do this music thing. And Jesse and I worked for a year in the studio, and we would earn 2,000 naira every time we would work, and that'd be like once or twice a week. So literally, that's what we were surviving on. We walk home every day. So, but I mean, those were the great days. You know, I really miss those days back in J-Town when everything was so simple.
But you're balling now. You threw your chain into the crowd.
You know.
And then when I see concert, I saw you threw your chain.
Yeah. No, that girl was rapping as soon as I came out, she was standing there like rapping back at me. I'm like, man, she has to go home or something. This is a loyal fan.
All right, another question from Maxwell Allen. He says, what was your challenge when you were up and coming?
Man, you know what? For every up and coming artist out there, I don't think you should be focused on the challenges, because that's part of the come up. Like that's part of the journey. So when people ask me this question, it's hard for me to answer because it's just part of the story. I mean, I was, you know, people looked down on me, people didn't believe in me, but I mean, so what? That happens to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And those are the opportunities where you prove to people and to yourself that you really deserve the position you're fighting for, you know. So just keep working hard. For me, the challenges were, I mean, adapting to Lagos. I moved like 2007, you know, right into Lagos, and man, I was such the JJC, man. I was such, like, I mean, some police officers probably, shout out to the police, they probably built eyes on my head.
You don't mean that.
Police is your friend, Maria.
Yeah, they're your friend.
Stop breaking the law, man.
The law is your friend.
The law is your friend, and police is your friend.
Okay.
So it means the policemen, they build houses on you, eh?
Yeah, you know how you're so JJC that as soon as they see you, they'll be like, come and enter this bus. They don't even ask you, because they know you're doing something wrong. They know you ain't got a laptop receipt. They know that they're going to catch you or something.
The one that was the car radio receipt. Did you pay for that?
Let's say, come and sit down. Don't worry. Let's go to the station, man.
Very funny. All right, one here from Nick here. She says, my question for MI is, and I want to know this too, when you first started rapping, did you have the strong belief that you'll be a star someday with loads and loads of fans, or did it come as a magical surprise?
Magical surprise, I like that. You know what? For the most part, and I think that this would be the same with every other artist that's sort of doing it big, you're just making music and doing it because it's fun. You're just hanging out with your friends, you're in school, and then along the way, opportunities open up. And for me, when I came back to Nigeria, it was Jeremiah Gang who had this opportunity with Chocolate City. And I was like, oh, let's see. And I played them a couple songs. And they kept trying to act like they weren't impressed, you know what I'm saying? So they could get a higher percentage of
but you knew you had something.
Yeah, but I mean, after, like, I could tell, like, you know, every once in a while, they'd be like, man, but this boy, he bad. So, like, when I won MTV Award, like, I literally stopped and I was like, man, this is crazy. I have to start to dream for bigger things because, like, I never imagined that I'd be there. It was just a hobby that I love doing.
All right. There's one for Obi Rosemary Chikodi. She says, my question is, who inspired you?
Who inspired me? Inspires me. People inspire me every day when I'm walking around, seeing things, hearing stories. I mean, Nigeria is a place where you can't live in and not be inspired. And I guess inspiration is sort of a choice. Like, you can choose to be depressed or just choose to see, you know, I guess, you know, in that Bruce Almighty movie, they said you can't do a beautiful painting without dark colors, right? Yeah. So it's sort of like that. So, but every day, man, I mean, like, I'm one of those people that don't smoke in the studio. I don't smoke at all, period, by the way. But I don't, like, I just go into the studio with stories and, you know, like, you know, and
you focus on the work, I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic.
All it doesn't sound like you believe me.
Yeah, look at
He's like, right.
No hot women to distract you in the studio.
You know what? In our list of questions, somebody, obviously I didn't ask because I know I couldn't say on air, but someone actually asked if I wanted to know if you did that before you got into the studio. But thank you for answering that.
It's natural inspiration.
Yeah, man.
No herbs or spices.
I have Abejide Morgan here who says, what is your plan on collaborating with a foreign artist on your new album? Because I mentioned you're talking to Elisa about your upcoming album.
Yeah, man. There's a lot, like, I put out a lot of feelers for a lot of artists. And one thing that I have to say, I don't want to divulge who I'm going to work with.
I know you were in LA a couple of weeks back.
I was in LA.
So who are you talking to there?
I don't want to divulge, but let me say this. I think Nigeria, they're spoiled by Nigerians.
Yeah.
As soon as like it'll be like this artist that has not made money in 2 years. As soon as they hear Nigerian, they're telling you $100,000.
Yeah.
Because Nigerians, like, we've literally thrown money at them so much.
I heard there's a female artist that was asking for $600,000
That's
to do
crazy.
a collabo with a Nigerian.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Nigerian artist.
That's
So,
crazy. I mean, even like at the hardest of the hard, like you hear these rappers saying 100K. That's like your like Lil Wayne after the Carter 3. Like you know what I'm saying, 100K, and then of course you make more like residual income. But for Africa, like for them, it should be an opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to explain to people the same thing. You don't really need them in Africa because you know it's not going to help you sell your records in Johannesburg or Cape Town or Nairobi or Kampala or Lagos. So you know, just be yourself and do your own thing. But that's just me anyway.
All right, there's a question from Steven Soul MC Matthew. He says, "Who is MI's most respected Nigerian rapper, dead or alive?"
Wow. Most respected, man. This question is too hard. Probably the person that everybody respects, right? Respects the most is probably Mode 9, just because of where he took it lyrically and where he continues to take it lyrically. Like, boys rap, but if you break down Mode 9's lyrics, like, you'll be like what? You know what I'm saying? Like, at the cypher, like, when we're doing the BT cypher, he says this whole line about his rhyme book has a retinal scan, and he says, the last time I was out rhymed, I was about 9. It was like, everybody stops and turns and looks at him like, what? Like, who says that? So probably him, but I also got a lot of respect for Rugged Man too, and LD The Don, and for me, these are the three, like, heavyweights, because LD The Don was doing it way before it was done. Like, the albums that Tribesmen made would be hit records now. You know what I'm saying? And then Rugged Man, like, that's the industry. That's the rap industry. That is our pioneer as far as the industry goes. So those three guys are top, you know what I'm saying? And because he said that alive, live, you got to throw that green in, you know what I'm saying? He literally showed, you know, he's probably the first icon, hip-hop icon we've had, maybe in Africa.
What about, let's talk about upcoming Nigerian rappers. I know you mentioned to Lisa earlier that at the Bowie concert you really admired Fino and Olamide.
Yeah.
So you like their performance. What about the upcoming ones?
Yeah, I mean, is Olamide upcoming? He's not upcoming
Not upcoming,
anymore.
but I mean,
yeah,
not as established as, like, you would say.
Well, okay, I mean, let me start from Olamide, because somehow on Twitter I get this sense that his fans feel like there's some sort of tension or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got nothing but love for Olamide. Like, he's absolutely creative, Vector, Reminisce, like the whole movement, Fino, like what Fino's doing, like, I mean, that guy has brought Igbo back, you know what I'm saying? Like, that guy's, I don't want to say single-handedly, because this new song with Lynx and Ill Bliss, and, yeah, like, it's, like, the music is crazy. And then, of course, Young Six. There's some people that people know are like my, you know, my favorite people, Young Six, Ajibota 22. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And shout out to him, because he was like doing stuff that day, and I told him, man, let's go for this thing. And he was like, yes, boss, let's go. So he drove out with me. Young Sick, of course, like Ice Prince. J Jack is probably the most talented person I've ever met in my life. Man, the list is too long. Boogie.
But why did you say that? Because he's your brother.
Like, Jesse is literally the most talented person I've met in my life.
He's very good, no doubt.
No, we believe.
It's him. It's between him and Wande Cole that are the most talented, like just raw talent, most talented Nigerian artists. Like between two of them.
Okay.
All right. One question here from Mustafa Aishat, who's asking, when is Mr. Sorry, when is Mr. Incredible going to get married?
I just got that.
You knew that was coming. Yeah. If we didn't get that, I would have been shocked.
When are you going to get married?
Was there a guy out
I've
there?
always known that what Mr. Incredible means. Do you think I just got that now? You guys think I'm a bimbo?
No.
Excuse me. I know what that. I know what MI stands for. Back to the question.
Can we focus on the question?
Yes. You tried to think I was bimbo. All right. Back.
said
Yes,
it, not
so.
us.
When am I
No,
getting
you're not.
married?
It's not. Your name's not Bimbo.
You started. All right. Mustafa Aishat wants to know when you're getting married. MI or do the bar?
Man, I don't even know if they will know. I want to do one of those Jay-Z things where when I'm getting married, no one will even know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think your relationship should be personal, it should be private, to protect that person. You know what I'm saying? We sign up for it, so...
You're like Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
Speaking of sign up, you can do a prenup. You know, now you got a load of money.
Yeah.
No, that one only work for Nigeria. No need for prenup in Nigeria. Boys are marrying anyhow.
Anyhow.
And Jawa, things are still seen here. You know?
All right, there's one here from Evelyn Ngodo Anodaka. She says, can you please tell us one thing about you we don't know, MI?
One thing about me you don't know. If I say this, people are going to laugh, people are going to tweet, they're going to make fun of me. I am like a proper basketballer. Like, I can play basketball.
No, that one I know.
I play basketball well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shocks people.
Oh. When you said it for the first time, I laughed. I must confess.
Like, I said it one day, and the Twitter reaction was like crazy. Like, I felt bad all evening. I was like, man, people were just laughing, ha ha ha. Then they started doing other things like, MI plays basketball, so stones are wet. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I can actually play basketball.
No, I saw you at the basketball face-off. A couple of years back. I think it was in Abuja. There was one in Lagos. You were pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, man, I play basketball. I play every day actually now. So
yeah, I mean, I know. You know, I watched a sketch with where Prince is a pretty good basketball player as well. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. So, and he plays in high heels. So
Really?
That's the truth. I'm not making it up.
Is it the Dave Chappelle sketch?
Dave Chappelle, yeah. I'm rich, damn it. No, but I was shocked that day. You were pretty good. You're very aggressive as well.
Yeah.
Very aggressive on the court,
I mean,
you know.
I like, if you see me, like, I mean, face-off is like, you know, it's for everyone. But if you see me play with my friends, like, I trash talk, like, it's pretty bad. Like, I go hard. Yeah.
Very scary then.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic stuff.
What advice do you have for upcoming artists in the industry, whether they're rappers or singers?
I mean, the first thing is just work hard. Work hard. Nowadays, one of the things I think that is becoming more important is to say that you have to surround yourself from the beginning with people that you trust and stay with them as you blow up. You know what I'm saying? And probably that's the best way to know where your head is at. You know what I'm saying? Because you always get that reaction when people tell you, correct you or something. You always get that reaction like, what do you know? You know what I'm saying? But I think my team that I started with, they're all still with me. They're all still around me. And like, that's, I mean, one or two people will leave, but like the core people, the people that got on the bus with me from Jos and came out, like, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, that's very, very important because I've seen it so many times where somebody blows up and they get to a certain point and then they lose their core around them, and then I mean, there are people that are no longer in the conversation that were absolute, you know, monsters in the game. You know what I'm saying? And you could only point at that and say, you know, your team wasn't around you.
So we're gonna get your own started from the bottom now. We're here.
Yeah.
Started from Jos.
I actually wanted to do one.
Started from Jos. Now we're here.
Started from
J-Town over here.
Well, what if there's like a disagreement and like they're forced to break up? Because sometimes it just kind of happens. Or are you just saying that no matter what happens, you just have to remember that they were there for you and just try and work?
I mean, it's like any relationship, right? If you have disagreements, the strength of the relationship is in the ability of you to move past it, right? And sometimes, like, yeah, there will be one or two of those that are unavoidable, and there's nothing you can do about it. But you can't lose everyone around you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. Like, I mean, my dad still calls me and still tells me, like, the other day he came back from the States, and I sent a driver to pick him up, and the driver, when I was doing something, and the car got towed. So he called me and said, I'm at the airport. I went to go pick him up. He was so mad at me. And he scolded me like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a boy anymore, but he scolded me. And I had to sit there and listen to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And inside me, I'm like saying like, man, guy, how far now? I mean, I'm busy, but like just that, like my CEO, Aldo, sometimes he would just be like, MI, shut up, I'm talking. You know what I'm saying? And just having that lid on your ego is important to have. You know what I'm saying? So
I get abused every day here in the office. So I have that lid.
I doubt that.
I have that lid from Culture Maria.
I doubt
you know, every morning just insults being dished out very liberally. So so you know, so it's okay. It keeps a lid on everything.
All right, there's something on Twitter from Rude Gentleman. I don't know what kind of name it is. But
I'll see more.
Yeah, he says listening to Beat FM and MI, and MI, I like the way you think, the way you use your words, you're intelligent, bless you. And
Thank you very much.
There's another one here from Joey Olaopa. He says, what technical qualities on and off the stage do you most admire in a rapper?
Wow, I mean, you just have to be able to move the stage, and it doesn't matter whether you're like Busta Rhymes, who is the best performer I've ever seen in my life. Like, he is live on stage. Like, I was watching him for an hour and a half, He doesn't even do one song more than 15 seconds. Like he will switch on and off. Or your Jay-Z, who, like Jay-Z is about his aura on stage. He doesn't move too much, but you have
the crowd.
to, yeah, you have to move the crowd, and you have to. You can't stress enough. Like when I go somewhere and the microphone is not working, I'm in trouble because I don't have the words. I don't mime. I use the soundtrack and I rap over it. Now, if you're not rapping over it or singing over it, there's emotion that's lost, and people can tell. People can always tell. So that's very, very important. Move the crowd and perform the song on. You know what I'm saying? Why did you write this song? Deliver it to the crowd. Okay,
we got loads of questions coming through from MI. We're going to drop his brand new single right now, and looking forward to it as well. Tell us about the track.
It's called Chairman, and it's just the album is going to be called Chairman. It's a story of just success and blessing, man. I mean, as you said, started from the bottom. Now we're here. As I started recording, I was saying, what should I say? And I just looked at my life, man. You're an ambassador. I'm on 2 labels. Like, I own 1 label. I'm like head of music of another label. And I'm saying to myself, like, every young person out there that has ever been where I was in 2004, 2005 should know that it can be done. You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is believe in yourself. So when you look at MI and when people meet me and they say, Chairman, how far? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, this is the story of the Chairman. This is how we got where we are. You know what I'm saying?
Fantastic. We're not mentioning that anymore. We're not mentioning that anymore. Production work. Who did the work on it?
E. Kelly on the beat, Shayman on the mix. Shout out to both of them. E. Kelly, first of all, like, I had this song that I thought was a single. Then Audu came through, and one of those moments he was like, "Am I? No, this is not it." So E. Kelly, in the next 5 minutes, made this beat. And then when we were done, I'm like, okay, this song is done. We took it to Shayman. Shayman mixed it, and I was like, what? This is a completely new song. So, I mean, those things are very important as our industry grows. Producers, shout out to producers, shout out to engineers too. It's very important. You know what I'm saying?
All right, tight stuff. We're going to drop it right now. We're talking to MI later on before he checks out. Plenty of tunes still come your way. This is it, world premiere.
Can I bring it in? Can I bring it in?
It's your bring it.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever on the baddest show ever, ladies and gentlemen, about to be premiered, the world premiere, MI, Chairman, the single, let's go.